Avi, choosing a destination to set up an office or establish your operations is a major decision. Why did e-Toro choose Cyprus?
e-Toro headquartered in Israel, which is very close by, 45-minute flight. We had a big challenge. We wanted to launch our business in Europe, and we're looking for a European headquarters for that matter. Cyprus became a natural decision for us, a natural option, due to its proximity to Israel, the availability of daily flights, international environment, very business-friendly environment. We started 11 years ago, and it became a great success within the group, and we scaled accordingly.
Thank you, Ali. Yiannis, from your experience and perspective, which are the 5 key reasons for establishing an operational business presence in Cyprus? How do you think this decision has benefited amdocs?
One of the major reasons establishing business here in Cyprus 23, 24 years back was the proximity to our European customers and the very good connectivity, I would say, to other destinations. Of course, the legal system that was already mentioned several times, and the strong financial infrastructure was very important in taking the decision to set up business. The attractive tax regime, and of course the wide use of the English language was a parameter that was taken into account as we have started operations here in Cyprus with a significant number of expats, employees, specialists that we relocated from other countries. Another reason was it did advance private education system, where we do have, especially Limassol, English and Russian schools, which are very important in taking our decision. How amdocs was benefited? Well, Cyprus being a member state of the EU, it helped us a lot significantly. It reduces a lot of administrative burdens, allows access to various EU tax directives, and for example, it makes it easier for us to manage the working capital requirements of the group. Also, the immigration, the flexible immigration system, which allows us to hire a lot of third-country nationals to start operations. Nowadays, of course, we can see a good local talent, but 23 years back, things were a bit different.
Thank you, Yiannis. Avi, what is your advice for companies looking to relocate their company to Cyprus?
My advice is basically evolves around getting to identify the right key people and service providers in the island to support the onboarding stage, identify the key roles that you need to hire or relocate to the island. That will be the basis for the organization that will be set here, and define the right interaction between the markets and HQ, if HQ is outside of Cyprus, to make sure that the site here complements the strength in other sites.
And Yiannis, what do you believe the future holds for Cyprus?
Definitely, I strongly believe that Cyprus has all what's required to become a tech hub within EU. This includes the IP regime, the different incentives that are in place, and what the minister earlier mentioned in his presentation that are under review currently. The immigration process. It's very important for new companies that want to establish business in Cyprus to get all the support required, especially with their executives and some other niche skills specialists that will have any way to hire from other countries. The running cost, it's definitely lower than many other European destinations. And as Marios mentioned earlier, the cost of living is below the average. Leasing premises or buying properties here. And of course, the welcoming environment. What we hear from all our experts, it's how easy they are setting up their life in Cyprus. It is very important. The safety, the security, growing families here, this is what they mentioned to us.
Thank you so much, Yiannis. And I have a question for both of you. As board members of the Cyprus Tech Association, what is your aspiration for the association? How can the Cyprus Tech Association assist ICT companies? Who wants to go first?
Yiannis will go first. Or you want me to go first?
Ali, go. Go, my friend.
No problem. No problem. As my colleague Yiannis mentioned, the lifestyle here is something that our employees, being locals or foreigners, really appreciate. We want to make sure that we get foreign employees relocating to Cyprus to have as minimum friction as possible with processes that deprive them from this positive experience. I believe that many companies are looking entering the market here needs this assistance with the various government bodies. I believe that transpose the local talent focus from legal services, corporate services, to technology education, and get the local market to become more relevant to technology companies that are looking to hire from the local talent is something that is important and strategic. And as part of the association, we are looking for initiatives to promote the sector and get the sector to be positioned as a strategic one to Cyprus, and to get access to tech companies that are looking to scale in Cyprus to the relevant government bodies in order to get the right incentives, in order to have Cyprus relevant for them during their scale process, not only the startup stage. That's it. Yiannis?
Yeah, I fully agree with you, Avi. I want to add that despite all the positive things we mentioned in regards of why doing business in Cyprus, there are still quite a number of challenges that we need to address. And as an association, we have put high in our agenda to identify those challenges by talking to the different ICT companies and propose to the government different actions to improve the system and help to develop a strong ecosystem. Education, talent, is a huge subject for discussion. We want at some stage to be able to somehow positively influence the curriculum and start having graduates with up-to-date technology, knowledge, and skills. Things are running very fast. 2 years back, most of the people, they didn't know what cloud is. They thought it's something related to rain only. So we want to get there and change things in the area of the education. Again, incentives to either startups or existing companies, it's a very important thing that we need to look into. And we are here to actually support the resolve issues of existing companies, but also those that they plan to establish businesses in Cyprus.
Thank you both. And you have both talked about the aspirations of the association and your goals. And this question goes to either of you or both of you. Have you been in touch with the government for making suggestions?
Yiannis, I will take this one and we'll be happy if you can add. We've been meeting with several government officials together with our colleagues in the board. We had the opportunity to express our thoughts, ideas, and we got a very positive feedback that there are people that are assigned for this agenda within the government, and we're looking forward to work with them to promote our agenda.
Well, I fully agree. I don't have something else to add. We are a newly established association, and of course, we will continue our discussions with the members of the government to make sure that Cyprus indeed will become a hub.
Well, gentlemen, we've discussed obviously the business aspect and the clear advantages that ICT companies have when investing in Cyprus. However, I want to go a little bit on the personal aspect as well. What do you enjoy most in Cyprus? And I want to hear from both of you.
So, I think that's a question. That's a question for Avi. As I am Cypriot, was born here, so I have only good things to say. So, Avi, go ahead.
So I established a company here while living in Israel, and through several very enjoyable holidays, convinced my wife to come for 2 years, and I'm here for more than 10 years now. So it seems that the island has a lot to offer for families. As Yiannis rightfully mentioned, growing families here is I think this is one of the best places to have this experience. I like the fact that everybody speaks English. It's very safe here. You can enjoy time. Coming from Israel, I can tell you that this is something that I experienced only here. And I recommend it to anyone to come for vacation and imagine that he can stay. And this is something that I got as a feedback also from most of the people that were relocated here on our behalf.
That's actually what I hear from our people, also especially the experts.
Thank you. Thank you both. It has been an absolute pleasure and honor to have you with us today and hearing your experiences of investing in Cyprus.